All right, welcome back. Welcome back. This is part 7 of understanding how to find zeros of functions. And I'm going over how to factor trinomials and then check your answer using FOIL in this part 7 video. And so I wanted to remind you, in order to check your answers again, you perform FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. And our goal is to come up with this expression here. What we started with 2x squared plus 4xy plus a negative 30y to the second power. That is what we had, oh, sorry about that. That's what we started with in the video part 6 of this series. Now I want to check my answer and make sure I factored correctly by using FOIL. Multiplying using first, outer, inner, last. First, outer, inner, last. Woo! Let's get started. All right. So thank you for joining me. Hopefully this is making math a little bit easier for you. Now, what I want to show you here is the FOIL. We've gone over that a number of times. If you're not familiar with FOIL, please stop, pause, go back to some previous videos I've uploaded to the site regarding FOIL, because you really want to understand FOIL in order to check your answers. One thing I want to point out, that I'm going to leave this 2 outside of the parentheses, and I'm going to perform what's called distribution property in one of my last steps in checking my answer. First, I'm going to FOIL, then I'm going to distribute or multiply 2 times each of these terms. Okay, so that 2 stays outside the parentheses, will be one of my last uh, last tasks. So FOIL, first term times first term, that's x times x, plus outer term, that's going to be x times the negative 3y, or negative 3y times x. I'm separating the terms with a plus sign because you absolutely can do that. It's only going to clarify what we're doing, right? Inner terms, 5y times x, right? And then finally the last term, 5y times a negative 3y. So some of you may not be aware of, you may be joining me for the first time, I show invisible ones, right? That's a 1x, so I use a dot, dot, dot. This is 1x to the invisible 1 exponential power, right? You can just write 1x times 1x to the first power. When you multiply same bases, you add the exponents. Okay, that's the rule. Plus negative 3y times the invisible 1x plus 5y times the invisible 1x plus 5y to the invisible exponential power of 1 times negative 3 times y to the invisible power of 1. And again, when you multiply same base, you add those exponents, right? You got the same base, you add the exponents. That's the rule. So I'm just showing you in detail each of the steps for FOIL. First, outer, inner, last. Hopefully that is crystal clear. And so we're checking our answer. We factored. And we're going to check our answers by multiplying and then combining these terms. And so let's go ahead and move forward. 1 times 1 is 1x. The rule is, again, you multiply, you add those exponents. 1 plus 1 is 2. That gives you x squared. Remember, I told you that 2 is going to stay on the outside of the parentheses until I've concluded the FOIL. Negative 3 times 1 is a negative 3. And then we have to put these in algebraic order, which is in alphabetical order. X will come first, and then the y. So negative 3 times 1, negative 3y times 1x is a negative 3xy. Plus, plus, 5 times 1 is 5. And then the x and y stay attached through multiplication in algebraic, written in an algebraic expression, excuse me. It's where the alphabetical order and exponential order. So x squared comes first, and then x to the power of 1 is next. X comes before y in the alphabet, so we're going to write x before the y here. Again, 5 times 1, or 5y times 1x is 5xy. We're going to bring down that plus, 5y to the first power times a negative 3y to the first power. Remember, we're going to add those exponents because the bases are the same. 5 times a negative 3 is negative 15. 1 plus 1 is 2. We have y to the second power. That was a mouthful. I got to get me some oxygen. All right, now what we're going to do here, inside the parentheses, are we're going to combine like terms. I don't have any other y squared values. I don't have any other x squared values, but I have two xy values. So remember, like terms have the same exponential value, x to the first power, y to the first power, and the same letters or variables, x and y, x and y. So these are like terms. I can combine a negative 3 plus a 5. And then everything else I'll rewrite because I don't have any other x squareds. I don't have any other y squareds. And that's what I'm going to show you in this next step. Negative 3xy plus 5xy is a positive 2xy. I'm just going to rewrite plus negative 15y squared right here. X squared, again, that's a 1x squared. Just going to rewrite it again because there's no other like terms with a y squared or an x squared. Now, I'm going to perform one of my final steps. And my goal, again, is to come up with the expression I started with. I think that was in part 6 video of 2x squared plus 4xy plus a negative 30y squared. Let's see if we can do that. I must complete the last step, which is distributing this 2. And that just means multiplying this 2 times each of the 3 terms inside the parentheses. 2 times 1x is 2x squared. 2 times 2 is 4xy. 2 times a negative 15 is a negative 30y. I don't want to skip any steps. I don't want to go too fast. So again, yes, we're distributing. That means we're multiplying the 2 with each term in order to finish. I'm showing you that here. 2 times 1x squared is here. 2 times 2xy is here. 2 times a negative 15 to the y squared is right here. 2 times 1, right? There's an invisible 1 in front of that x. I'm showing that to you. It's to clarify things. You can just put a whole 1 there. This is my teaching method by showing dot, 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 invisible, right? So 2 times 1 is 2x squared. 2 times 2xy is 4xy. Plus, plus. 2 times a negative 15y squared is a negative 30y squared. Yes, our answer checked. We did factor correctly from the original expression 2x squared plus 4xy plus a negative 30y. Whew. That's a mouthful. I need some oxygen. Thank you for joining me. Math is easy. Take it step by step. Hey, if I've helped you, please help me bring more videos to you by donating stars and gifts. Thank you much.